Hello, anyone's out there? Hello. You may notice I'm doing this in a different setting than normal. I am trying to get everything set up. So hopefully you're seeing this. I can't tell how bad the camera work doesn't look as great as I'd like it to look. So there's a connection for anybody that wants to come up. I'm going to have to try to work on this. Like I said, I just can't see if I can get it to where it's the lighting is as good as I'd like. We may have to do something later on, try to get the lighting better. I am waiting to see if anybody shows up. I see I got quite a few likes, but I haven't seen anybody show up yet. I got 24 likes, but I don't see anybody in the channel yet. So, hey Jerry, the thing's there if you want to come up, buddy. I'm sitting in my living room on my laptop. I'm going to have to try to, how shall I say this? Get the lights eventually adjusted. That's the wrong thing. Okay. Looks like I'm frozen on my TV, but not on my laptop. So let me know if I'm frozen where you're at. That's moving now over on my TV. So like I said, I don't know what's going on. Hit a button I shouldn't have hit. Thanks for coming. I'm going to have to figure out my lighting here in my living room. It's just, hopefully you can hear me. I appreciate that, Stats. Thanks for coming by. No. This is just sleeves. See? It's not tattooed. It's just a long sleeve t-shirt. I do have a tattoo way up here. But, yeah, Jerry, you lost me because I hit the wrong button. I was, like I said, this is the first time I've done a live stream on this particular laptop. So I'm trying to get everything figured out. You can see in the background, there's my toaster oven. There's my rack of cups. Glasses up on top of that rack. There's my rice cooker down on the shelf just below the toaster oven, and the toaster oven works great for making toast. but it's just something to do. That's good. Like I said, I decided to try this week. Uh, this light behind me, I can't get to work. It may not be plugged in, but I don't have time to mess with that right now. If it's not, I'll get an extension cord, get it plugged in for the next time I decide to do one out here. There's a picture back there in the state of Indiana. My oldest sister made for me. That's my couch. Off on this side, that's my couch. So, like I said, I got my TV over there. I got my other channel up on that one. I won't be able to type on it because I'm not using the cell phone with it. I'm using the cell phone with this one because my other cell phone was almost dead. If I did it in my bedroom, I could use both phones because I could plug them in and use them, but can't do that here right now. I probably could if I went around and found the right stuff, but it's around here somewhere. I just don't feel like looking for it. But yeah, got my car inspected. Last time it's got to be inspected. Here in New York, you got to get your car inspected once a year. And you get your car registered every 2 years. And I got my car registered last year, which is good now to August of next year. And my inspection is good to August next year, which I'll never have to renew either one. I'll be out of here before then. So that's the last time I got to do that. Monday, I will be going in to the Michelle Life. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming. I'm sitting in my living room. Usually I sit in my bedroom at my desktop, but I'm sitting at my dining room table on my laptop. This is the first time I've used this particular laptop. It's my new one. It's the one I plan to take to the Philippines with me. It's only got about a 15-inch screen, but I got my 50-inch TV off to my right. And so I can look over there and check out, make sure everything's okay. The lighting's not that good. I'm going to have to figure out the lighting. I may have to change that light and put a better light in. It's not the kind of light I like anyway. It's one of those curly ones. I really don't care for those. So we'll do that, and we'll check that out and see how much better it is. Because I'll do another one of these in my living room. I got a nice, comfortable chair, kitchen table chair to sit on. My laptop is sitting on a thing that sets up about 8 inches high, sitting on a shelf that it's a laptop shelf. I don't see my nope, don't have that here. I sometimes have a there it is. Hold on, I'll tell you how high it is. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment. Had to get my tape measure. Let's see how high this is setting up off the table. I think it's pretty good for my. It's about 6.5 inches high. Actually, the top of the laptop is almost 7 inches. So, like I said, that gets it up there. So, puts the camera pretty good space to take the picture of me. Hey Dan, how you doing, man? I'm trying something different. This is my new laptop. I plan on taking to the Philippines with me next year. I just bought it this year. My others were 5-6 years old or older. My oldest one's probably my laptop's probably about 10 years old. The other one's about 5 or 6. And they're getting pretty outdated, so I got a new one. I got it a couple of months ago. I just haven't used it. So I thought I'd give it a try. I can see right now if I'm going to do it in my living room, I'll have to do something about the lighting. I don't like the lighting that well. Like I was showing people, that's the state of Indiana map that my oldest sister kind of crocheted for me and gave it to me. And like I said, that's my kind of baker's rap. Play Con Carlos, how you doing, man? I think you were here last week, if I remember right. So you have a monitor. Any of you, Michelle, Jerry already knows PlayCon. Even without a monitor, all you got to do is type in 3Ls, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. I happen to be a computer illiterate, so I make everything as easy as possible. So you just type in 3Ls. They can be capitalized, they can be small letters. It doesn't matter. It can be a combination thereof. But yeah, if you want to come up, you have to show your face, because I will not let you up without showing your face, because we got to make sure who you are. I've had too many people come up and make derogatory remarks and other stuff. And well, the lighting behind me, the color seems to be off a little bit, not too much. I just prefer a little brighter. But you know, it's all right. It works. I just don't like this light that's above me. I think I'll change it. It's one of those old curly ones. If you remember those, Dan, they got some that are, I think, give out a better light and still are energy efficient. I have those, so I'll give that a try. Maybe that'll help adjust the light the way I prefer it. Like I said, this is the first time I've used it. This computer. Hey, Ian, how you doing? Like I said, I haven't done a live stream in my living room in a very long time, and I've never done a live stream on this particular laptop. So that's what we're doing. I wanted to check it out, make sure everything's working. And like I said, now, folks, if you want to connect to each other, just type in 3Ls, and it'll do it from my own. I'll do it. Oops, I got to be on it first. Just type in 3Ls, hit enter, and your link. See, there it is. It comes up and shows it. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's Saturday night here in the States, or Saturday evening. Some places are still only a late afternoon, depends on where you're at. Melanie, thank you for coming. I'm glad to hear that, Ian. Like I said, right now, my plan is to go over to the Philippines either in the middle of April to the middle of June, somewhere in there. I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep working beyond March. Because when I get done working, I plan on going back to Indiana, visiting my 3 sisters and my brother-in-law back there, and my niece and great niece, along with my cousins. Because it'll be probably the last time I see them in a very long time, if not the last time I see them. I want to go, if I can, in October this year to see them as well. Because like I said, I don't get to see them very often. So we're going to go back and visit them a couple times. Hey, Lorraine, how you doing? Appreciate that, Lorraine. Thank you. But anyway, like I said, I took the car in, got it inspected for the last time. It's good for a year, and I won't be here a year from now. And I got a ticket in Monday to get it repaired, the body repaired. I got to get that passenger side rear panel, quarter panel changed, and that passenger rear side rim changed as well. So that'll be done. It'll take, the way they're talking, to get all the parts in and do everything, could take up to 3 weeks. But that's all right, because I have car rental insurance on my car. If I have an accident and have to put it in the shop, I can get a car for, I think, up to a month, and they'll pay. Matter of fact, the only thing I'll be out of for the car is the gas I use, and I think I have to put down a deposit of maybe $50. I believe I get that back when I turn it back in, but the rest of it, the insurance takes care of. I'll have to pay a standard deduction for the repair of the car, and the rest of it, the insurance takes care of. So that's why I decided to go ahead and get it done, because when I trade my car in for money before I move to the Philippines, I'll get more than what by having it repaired, I'll get more than what the deduction that I have to pay. I'll get more than that back, and then compared to if I don't have it done, I'd lose quite a bit more money because it's not repaired. So I decided to go ahead and repair it. I thought about not doing it, but that's kind of silly. But I'm silly that way. I like to think things over, decide what is best for me. It's best that I spend this money now so I can get more money back later. I've also, I don't know if I talked to you guys, but I did figure out a way to get my money done, my bank taken care of. I wanted to make sure I had a way to have, if I have any problems, I haven't set it up yet, but I found a way to do it. I've talked with who's going to cover for me. Now I got to talk to them to see which way they prefer to do it. I prefer to put them on my bank account, whether that if anything happens to me, they can go and get the money and take it out and distribute it among the family. Or a power of attorney, which means if anything happens to me, then they can't do anything beyond that. They can't touch my bank account. And I want them to be able to get into my bank account, because if there's any money left, I want it to go to the family, And if I would ever get married, then I would want to put her on those accounts as well if possible. But the one bank, they have to be at the bank. So I won't ever be able to put her on that bank. If I go with a military credit union as well, which is what I'm planning on doing both, I could probably put them on that one. Because there's, I know some of the credit unions are in, I believe there's some over there in the Philippines because of all the expats. There you go. All right, Melanie, good luck. Hope you sell a lot of fish and make a lot of money. That's what it's all about, making enough money to pay our bills and feed our families, or me, just feed myself, pay my bills and save some money so I can retire and get out of here. And so that's what I'm doing. And I got to start looking in to see what month is the best to fly out of here. Is it best to fly out of Indiana, or is it best to go back home and visit my sisters and come back here to New York, visit my other sister and her family and some friends, and then fly out of here, New York area, which is what I'm leaning towards, if it's not too much difference. Right now, I'm still leaning towards Cebu. Like I said, I don't know if that's where I'll settle, because it all depends on what it's going to cost me. I have okay, Melanie, you're still making some money off of it. That's a good thing. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I got to do that yet. I also have to find out about the credit union, and we're going to. When I talk with them, I'll talk to them about that, see what I can do to set my nephew up for that as well. I may have to go to, he lives in Florida. I may have to go to Florida to do that. If I can do it here in New York, I'll do it. But that's still something he and I have to work out between the two of us. I know he's willing to do what I need. Yeah, Dan, like I said, it may be a pain, and that's why I want the credit union, the military credit union. I I don't know if the Navy one does it, but the other military credit union, they reimburse so much money per month for uh, your ATM fees. So, and I know on my other bank, I can use my credit card and just transfer the money from the credit card to the payment, which would save me some money because it's going from one account right to my credit card. I'll take the cash out. I won't want to do it that way because it's probably going to be a charge for taking cash instead of paying bills. But if I can, I'll use it to pay bills. And because as long as I pay it off every month, which is what I do, there's not really a charge on it. I really don't lose much money, if any. So that's why I got that particular card. And I'm going to keep it for that reason. They also don't mind if I use it overseas a lot because I checked with them on that. So it won't be shut off on me because I'm overseas. And then I'm going to keep, I have an Amazon credit card. I'm going to keep that because Amazon now delivers to the Philippines. And so I can order stuff through Amazon when I need it, if I can't get it local, and then pay it off. There again, with my one bank that I will be, won't be the credit union, it'll be the bank. I'll use it to pay that stuff off. But there again, I still got to watch that money because that's part of my budget. I'm only budgeting so much money because I think I have to pay taxes still on my Social Security. I don't know what that costs me because I just claim it all at once at the end of the year. And if whatever I owe, I pay it. If I got some coming back, it's usually not as much as I owe, or it just barely covers what I owe on the other one. Yes, I got a Bank of America. That's what I have, a Bank of America Visa. That's why I got it. Bank of America is the bank I'm keeping. BOAs, I just call it BOA, Bank of America. I have that, and that's the one I want to put my nephew on. I don't know if they got one down in Florida. If they do, then maybe I can set everything up down in Florida because there's a Navy credit union a few hours from me. But because most of theirs are online, I might not have to do that online. Maybe I can set it up where he's part of it online. I don't know how I'll handle that. That's something I have to look into. I'll get a hold of him later, let him know what I found out about Bank of America. Let him decide if he just wants to do it power of attorney, which means that money will probably be lost, or if he wants to be put on there as a 50-50 holder of it, which is what I prefer. Some people say, well, can you trust your nephew? My nephew is worth more money than I've ever thought about being worth. All right. My nephew is a retired lawyer. Now, he retired because of disability, but he's a retired lawyer. And so, like I said, he's got a healthy, he's not rich, but he's well off. And he's not lower middle class or middle class, or he's probably upper middle class or even higher, even though he's not working anymore. He was higher when he was working. I'm lower middle class. So yeah, but we don't have any HSBCs around me, Dan. They closed them all down. There might be one in New York City, but there's none anywhere near me at all. I would prefer to go with the credit union, military credit union, because I'm entitled to join them. They are very good at with people overseas because they have a lot of retired military are overseas. They're not just in the Philippines; they're in other places as well. And so you can. Jim probably has that. I might be able to, but I'm just not going to go with HSBC. I just as soon go with the military retirement, military credit union. It's like I said, they'll reimburse most of the money that I would have to pay for the ATMs. So I would just soon do that. Yeah, they used to be a lot bigger here in New York a few years back because I thought about joining them, and when I did, they'd closed them all down. Just they still had them listed as being where they were at and open, but they weren't open. I was still living in the Leroy, Rochester area of New York at that time. That was 6 years ago, and they shut them all down. Same thing with Capital One. You got to do Capital One online. They're all shut down. The brick and mortars, at least around me, there's no Capital One banks anywhere near me. Now, that's one of the credit cards I got, but I think that's my BJ's credit card, and I'm going to cancel it because once I go over, I won't be using it again. I use it for when I shop at BJ's. They used to have branches in the States, HSBC, but like I said, that was a long time ago. I think it's a Chinese bank, if I remember right. Like I said, I think there might be one in New York City, if there's any, brick and mortar ones anyway. But like I said, I'm not going to deal with them. I got Bank of America. That's when my some things go into automatically. I want to switch over to one of the credit unions. And when I do that, I'll probably switch my checks from work going into them as well. And when I know I got everything taken care of with the bank I'm closing, I'll withdraw all the money I got left and put it into that bank there, the credit union, and start building that up because that's where most of the money is going to be at. Every so often, I'll take money out of the Bank of America and throw in there as well, just to have a bigger pot to when I move over to withdraw from. And then I'll still do the bank transfer probably myself from, or transfer money from Bank of America to the credit union every month. But I have the money going into and then let that build up if I can as well. Hey, Des, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Let that build up as well for emergencies. So I want to keep money in there. I don't want just one bank. Like you said, if one shuts you down, the other could help you out. Well, PDO and PBI and Kenny Rogers are not exactly the same thing, Jerry. So yeah, it's like I said, I feel a little strange sitting here in front of this one because the picture's so small, but that's all right. I don't mind. I could turn this and point it towards the TV, but then I'd have the big picture with the little picture. It'd probably be kind of funny, but let's see. Hang on, people. Let's see. Oh, let's see if I can get it over there. Not getting over there. Not going to get to the TV. Just not going to make it. But I didn't have that open. That's my tea jar. This is what when I take tea to work, this is what I take it in. I got tea left, so I'm going to drink it today, finish it off. That's green tea, unsweetened. But yeah, it's I tried to get it over to see if it would show the TV, and I don't think it didn't seem to show it to me. So, oh well, what can I say? I don't doubt that. I think that's the first time I heard of them as well. But those are local Filipino banks. Uh, Bank of the Philippines. I'm not sure the Bank of Diora, or I'm not sure what the PDO is, but the BPI is Bank of the Philippines. And they have different banks, but those are the two biggest ones from what I hear. I happen to be, like I said, when I go over, if I want to apply for a SRRV, I'll have to set up an account with one of them. And that'll depend on if I do it and where I'm at. Because from my understanding, if you want to pull money out of those banks or do certain things, you have to actually go to the branch that you signed up for. So we'll see. You could be right. Banco de Oro. Uh, Dan, I thought about that, but I really don't want to do that. If I have trouble later on, maybe I will. But my SSA direct is into my Bank of America. I got it set up. People can't change it without going in to the Social Security. And me personally, I have to go in and show ID to change that. Because I think I hope you remember that I told you about how somebody tried to scam me on my bank information, and I was able to shut that down before they got any money. And then a month or two later, I got a letter from the Social Security office telling me that my request to change my banking had been approved, and with the next deposit was going to be deposited in this new bank. So I called them, talked to them, got all the information. I told them no, I did not request that. I do not want anything. They said they were glad that I called, because a lot of times when this happens, people will miss 2 or 3 checks before they realize it. It's like not me. I check every month after deposit to make sure it's in there and how much I have in there. Because, like I said, I pay certain bills out of that account as well. So it's not all being saved. I wish it was all being saved. I'd be a lot better off if it was. Uh, I'll find out what I can take out, Dan, when I get going. I'm going to show up with some money to. Yes, I do, Dan. They're in my kitchen. You want to know the truth? Uh, I believe they're latex. I know they're the sterile gloves. What? Did you talk to Sam Gloves lately? But so yeah, it's just right now. It's just slowly starting to get things moving. I need to start, like I said, the first thing I'm working on is the banking and having someone being able to take care of that. My passport's good because I got a lot more than 6 months left. I got a few years left on my passport, so that's good because you got to have 6 months left when you go in. So I'm taken care of there. Uh, Also, you have to. I'll tell you in a minute. You can't do the e travel pass until I think it's earliest is 3 days. Earliest is like 3 days before you go in. I'll probably do it the day I go in, maybe the day before, but it's supposed to be fairly easy to do. So that'll be probably the last thing I do. Pretty soon, when I decide about when I want to go, I'll start checking on ticket prices. And it's because the further out you buy them, probably the cheaper it'll be. Uh, like I said, then I got to get rid of all this. Well, not everything. Some of the stuff I'll box up and try to have shipped over. But most of the stuff I'm getting rid of, like, that thing behind me, and there's another off to my left that you don't see. I'll be getting rid of that. I have a cabinet over here with a bunch of pictures. I mean, a shelving unit. I'll get rid of that. I've got another couple shelving units, couple end tables I'll get rid of. Uh, these chairs. I mean, I'm not sending any furniture over. I got a bed and bed frame. I may take that apart and take it to my sister's. I don't know on the bed frame yet. If I do that, they'll want a different mattress just because I don't think they'll like the foam mattress that I have. I know my oldest sister wouldn't like it. So, bye, Carlos. I hope you have a good night or a good day, depending on where you're at. Take care, sir. Thank you for dropping in. We appreciate it. Drop in anytime. I'm usually live on a Saturday evening here in the States. My time changes because I try to keep it the same time as the Philippines. So it'll be 8 o'clock Philippines time Sunday morning whenever I do it. So right now it's 8 o'clock at night here in the States. When we change our clocks, it'll be 7 o'clock at night here in the States in the Eastern time zone. Jerry will like that because it'll be 6 o'clock Central. So it's earlier. But yeah, so like I said, it's just trying to get everything straightened out. Like I said, I got my, I'll tell you in a minute. My whiteboard, I got to check my whiteboard checklist. I have to start checking that stuff off. I can't quite check off the banking information yet because I have to get everything straightened out. Once get that taken care of, fully taken care of. Like I said, I know who's going to do it, but I don't have it, the paperwork all done. When I get all that done, I'll check that off. Like I said, I can already check off the passport because it's got plenty of time on my passport. So I'll be able to check off the banking. I'll start checking into the mail. So there again, that's something I don't want to set up too far in advance. I don't want all my mail going to them when I first move, But I mean, till about a month or two before I move, make sure it's working. I don't want to do it too far in advance because I don't want all my mail going there while I'm still living here. So like I said, I just try to get things set up, trying to get things done. But like I said, it's still far enough out that some of the stuff is just too early for me to do. But it's stuff that I got to start looking into. Like I live in an apartment building. Is that good enough to transfer to one of these virtual mailboxes? If it is, then I won't have to do anything but sign up for it when it's time. If it's not, if I have to have a regular home address, that may take me a little bit of time to get it done. So that's why I got to check that before I do it. I might be able to use my sister's address. My sister's in Indiana is the one I'm talking about. Or maybe my nephew's address down in Florida. I don't know. That's something I have to look into. I'm hoping I can just do it out of the apartment that I live in, because that would make it simple. Because all my bills come here, so. And most of my bills, outside of my rent, I get through the email. I get notified when they're due and when they're. A lot of them I have direct payments set up. Not my credit cards because they fluctuate each month depending on how much I spend. But I pay them off every month. I've had it as little as a couple $100 for the month to $1,000. Because like when I went back to Indiana, all the gas, all the hotel rooms, and all the food, and all that stuff was put on the credit card plus whatever I spent that month after I got back. So that was over $1,000. But, I had a couple nights in hotels. The gas going there and back. Well, Jerry, I don't know if I'm going. I will end up in Luzon because like I said, there's a couple things I want to do up in Manila area, so I will end up there. But I don't think I'll end up living there, so I won't visit very many places in Luzon. I don't know if I want to visit every province in Cebu. I do want to see a few places in Cebu. But like I said, I would like to go visit Dumaguete and Valencia del Norte. Also would like to see Davao City. That's close to where Danny from Road to the Philippines and Jamie from Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie, they don't live but a couple hours from there, so I could visit with them. I'd like to see Iloilo because that river walk looks amazing. I'd like to see it. Iloilo is a very clean. The river is very clean. It's walkable. They're very friendly to bicycles. So you can ride a bicycle a lot around that area. I don't know what it would cost to live in that area, but I would like to visit it. So, I would like to visit LV. Thank you for coming. Good morning over there. So, yeah, like I said, I do want to visit Bye Bye as well, and maybe Ormoc. And trying to think of the other city. Starts with the T. It's where Marco 44 is at. The place where Douglas MacArthur, General MacArthur, came ashore. Wouldn't mind seeing that statue when I'm over there, if I have the time and the money. I already had my dinner, although I may have a snack here in a little while after we get done. I have some watermelon in the refrigerator, and I have some zero sugar Jello gelatin. Some people don't like the regular Jello, but they like the pudding. But I like the Jello gelatin as well. And so I haven't decided what my snack will be. It might even be toast. I like toast as a snack. I happen to be a big fan of bread. And so, like I said, if anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. The link is there at the top of the chat. So, you're more than welcome to come up if anybody wants to and talk. Like I said, there's got to be people that's willing to show their face. Because, like I said, there you go, Melanie. Put that in there again. You really need to, Well, Melanie, I'll give you one thing. You got a lot more subscribers than I do. Not quite 4 times my amount, I don't think. Might be 4 times what I have. Yeah, it is. I think it's over. Well, no, it's not. It's under. Just under 4 times what I have. So I hope you're doing well. Like I said, all of you. I'm just a small channel that I enjoy talking. I can talk about nothing for hours. And so, yeah, it just. All right, Melanie, well, we appreciate you being there. And yeah, this is what I carry my tea in. If not tea, it's just plain water. My coffee goes in different containers. Let me hang on a minute. I have a couple containers like this. The other one's red. And this will keep coffee hot all day. These things will keep coffee hot all day. I can take it in, drink a small cup, set it aside, close it back up, do a few things, and maybe I have a second cup because it's only about two 6 ounce cups of coffee is all it is. 12 ounces is all I can make. It'll hold more, but my coffee maker, the K cups I can only do up to 12. That's the largest I can make. That'll probably hold 16. So I get 2 of those. I do 2 12s. So I drink about 24 ounces of coffee a day on the days I work, usually about the same amount on my days off. Today was a little less because I was running around all morning. Jolene, how you doing, Jolene? I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Actually, I had an early dinner tonight. Usually I don't eat till 6:30 or 7, probably closer to 7. Tonight I actually ate before 6. So I probably will want a snack tonight. I usually don't. But so far, I've only had 2 meals today anyway. So I got up. I didn't eat my breakfast before I took off. So I had basically a brunch, but I had a hamburger and potato salad for my lunch. And it was over 2 hours ago, Jerry. For me, it was almost 3 hours ago. About 3 hours ago, the last time when I ate. It was after 5, but I was before 6 if I remember right. So yeah, it's been a while since I ate, but that's okay. We don't mind. I used to always eat around 6 when I was working 8 to 4. I'd eat about 5:36. But now I'm working till 6. So by the time I get home, it's around 6:30. So about the time I eat, it's around 7. Then I try to go to bed around 10. So it really changed my way I eat and everything, the times I eat. But on my days off, I do things a little different. I'm hoping to get into a better eating habit once I retire. Although I am eating better than I was a couple of months ago. I'm eating healthier. I'm watching what I'm eating. I was eating a lot of ice cream. As you all know, we all like ice cream. I had to cut that out because it's not good for me as a diabetic. I still have ice cream once in a while, but I used to have it almost every night. Yeah, come on. It shows, right? But Jerry, if I'm up, I'll catch a live stream. Tomorrow's the only day I don't have to set my alarm. I had to get up early this morning to get in, get my car inspected, and I got to set it up again early for Monday morning to take my car in, or my SUV, whatever you want to call it. It's an SUV. Take it in, drop it off at the body shop, and then pick up my rental. And I picked the body shop that I'm at. The last time I had to take a car to a body shop, that's where they took it. That's where they had me take it. And the rental, and the reason why I like this one is they do good work. They really do. But right next door to them, I'm in the same building. There's only 2 businesses in this building. It's the body shop and Enterprise Car Rental. So I drop my car off, walk to the next door, and go in and pick up my rental. I've already got a rental set aside waiting on me. It's going to be a mid-size SUV. I don't like compact cars or even mid-size cars. So I need that to get a luxury car, which costs more than a mid-size SUV. And so, like I said, the insurance will pay for it. So they pay all of it. I have to buy the gas naturally because I'm using the gas. And I got to make sure it's got filled back up when I turn it back in, which is fine with me. I mean, I'm the one that used the gas. I don't mind replacing it. So I'll have that for 2 to 3 weeks. And my insurance company will pay up to a month, a full month. I can use a rental car. So hopefully it won't be more than 2-3 weeks, even though, like I said, they'll pay for more than that. I just prefer to have my own car. It's what I'm used to. It's what I like. It's got all the bells and whistles that I want. And it's got some I didn't even know I wanted. Hey, Christine, how you doing? Sorry, I was flapping my jaws. Christina, thank you for coming. Now, Christina, remember, if you want to drop your link, 3 L's, whether they're capital or small, doesn't matter. Just drop in 3 L's, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. Like I said, I'm a little old-fashioned. I'm not very computer literate. I do know how to operate one, do know how to play around on them, but don't ask me to write programming or do anything like that. I'm not even good at vlogging as far as editing. I can't even, I don't edit vlogs, not vlogs, videos. I've never edited a video on the computer. The only way I edit my videos is if I don't like it, I reshoot it. It's that simple. That's my editing. I'll watch it. If I don't like it, I'll redo it. And if it's something I can't redo, it may go up. Depends on how much I don't like it. I mean, it's simple enough. I just do it as simple as I can because, like I said, I'm not what you call super computer literate. I'm good enough that I can get myself in trouble on it. And I can play around with it. But so yeah, it's just okay. But I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy myself. Abby G, how you doing? Thank you for coming, Abby. Right now, it's well past I've already had my dinner. It's almost time for a snack, but I haven't decided what I want yet. I have some watermelon all cut up that I may eat. I may save that for tomorrow. And there is something on this screen. There, I got it, whatever it was. But I also have zero sugar Jello gelatin, if you know what that is. It's not the pudding, it's the Jello. And I happen to like that. It's got no carbohydrates at all, which is good for me. And it's lucky enough I like the taste of it without sugar. So that's good. Also, when I drink pop, it's sugarless pop. No, I didn't hear about that, Jerry, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, the but I've never even heard of Trump Burger at all. So no, I never heard about that, Jerry. But if the guy's illegal, he needs to be deported. I prefer that he deport the criminals first. But I have friends. I'm not against immigration. Like I said, I have 2 really good friends. One of which is my best friend. One of my best friends. They're from China. They immigrated from China back in the 80s. Well, she immigrated in the 80s. He immigrated in the 90s. They're brother sister. They came here legally. They went through the process and all that. They become American citizens. I'm all for immigration. We need it, but we need it done legally. And so, we'll do. I like that better. So anyway, that's what we need. We need to do that. So yeah, it just I've not heard of them. Thank you, Elvie. We appreciate it. So I'm just checking some things out on this computer. Uh, one of the things I can take this and put it as full screen, but if I do that, then I don't see the chat, and it's easier to read the chat here than it is to read it on my phone. Now, what time are you streaming, LV? I know, Jerry. I think it's this light above me. It's you remember those curly lights? Uh, it's one of those curly lights above me. I think I'm going to change that light bulb and still put in a uh, energy efficient light bulb, but a different style on that. I think they give off a better glow. All right, I'll try after I shut down. Whenever I shut down, I'll try to join you. It might be I might take a couple minutes before I do, but I'll try to join you. Uh, so, like I said, right now I'm just still working on getting this figured out. Like I said, yeah, like I said, I hate the curly ones. They don't give off a good glow, and I think that's the problem. That light bulb was already in there. I didn't put it in. Maybe I did when I first moved in. I might have, but I got some that are energy efficient. They're a lot better. They give off a lot of light, but they're a lot better. It's like 100 watt only takes gives off maybe 40 watt, like it's using a 40 watt. So we'll do that, and like I said, we'll know when I do this live stream again, probably next week. I might do it again in my living room instead of my bedroom. Just to get things going. And as you notice, I don't have the mic in front of my face. I think this sets at a very good height for me. I really do. I think it's an excellent height. Like I said, it sets on a stand, and the stand is about a little over 6.5 inches from the tabletop to the top of the stand. Then you add the laptop, it's just under 7 inches above the tabletop, and the lap with the light right, the camera right there. It's a pretty good height for my. All right, Jerry, thanks for coming, man. Like I said, I'll try to, if I get up in time, I'll watch you tomorrow, man. I'll join you, whether it's on the phone or on the TV or the computer, I don't know. You said you're going to start about 8 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully, I'll be up by that time, but I'm not setting the alarm. Monday, I got to be up earlier than that because once you got to get cleaned up and you got to go to there, and I got to be there by 9:30. Then in the afternoon, I got to go to the VA to see the doctor. It's a normal appointment. It's just a regular checkup. So we'll be doing that on Monday. Well, like I said, I'll try to. 9:30 is not that late for me. I can, especially on a Saturday night, I can stay up later. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, especially those nights, I have to try to get to bed earlier. And usually on Friday night, I want to get to bed because I'm tired. And then usually I sleep in on Saturday, which I didn't today, but I did lay down for a while, which I don't always do. So I feel a little more refreshed than normal, not normally, than normal for this time of night. So we're doing okay. Like I said, I may hit a wall here in a little bit, but that's okay. We don't mind. Right now I got 3 devices going: my TV, my laptop, and one of my phones. My other phone's on the charger. And Jerry, I know you. Compared to me, you're a regular workhorse in YouTube. I mean, you crank out some videos, some good ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But I don't crank out hardly any. And so between the two of us, we probably do about average. That's because you do all the work. I need to do some, but I got to have the inspiration, like the Bone Tard. That was just an inspiration. I saw that and I had to do it. And holiday, I like holiday decorations, and I like lawn ornaments. So and when I see new stuff of those things, I'm inspired to do the video. But and then right now with my I'm still having trouble with my feet. I'm walking more, but I got to take a lot of breaks when I do, and so I haven't been going walking on my days off. I do it at work because I can walk 20 minutes to a half hour, then sit down for a little bit, and then get up and walk some more. That's when I'm usually listening to live streams like Pinky Gray. She does a live stream in the morning singing, so I got her on in the background because I'm listening to singing. I don't pay attention to who's in there. I'm just listening to the songs. Now, when I'm at my desk, I can watch some videos, and I will do that some. But there are times I have to not pay attention because I got something else I have to do. And so I hope people understand that sometimes it takes me a while to answer back. And if it's not the host themselves talking to me, everything's well, Melanie. Outside of this, which I'm going to wait till I get to the Philippines and decide what to do about it. I would have to work a minimum another year to do a halfway decent job on it. Minimum 2 years. Here, we're talking about here in the States, a minimum 2 more years to work to do it properly, to do it correctly and not have to worry about it again. I'm not working that. I'm just not doing it. I'm ready to retire. I mean, I'm in my 70s already. I'm 71. I'll be 72 next month. I'm done working after this year. When I get done with this job where I'm at now. So sometime next year, I'm going to call it quits and move to the Philippines. Yes, I'm moving. I'm going to try to move to the Philippines. I'm going to go. I haven't decided exactly when. That's something I'm trying to decide. It can either be anywhere from the middle of April to the middle of June. I just haven't decided yet. My lease here at this apartment is till the end of March. So I will continue working at least till towards the end of the month of March. And then I'll sell off all my furniture. I'll probably call one of these used furniture places, have them come in, make a bid on everything. And maybe I have a couple come in and just sell to the highest bidder. My pictures and stuff like that, I'll pack up. I have an end table that's not going to be sold. I'll give it to somebody in the family. It is probably somewhere around 65 years old, the end table. Still in good shape. Matter of fact, it's what my TV sets on. I do have a couple other end tables, 2 more in the living room and 2 in my bedroom that I'll get rid of. Yes, next year. Yes, it's a Philippine flag. Last year when I was at the Filipino Festival, they had this hat. And so I bought it. It's a hat I can't really wear unless I do it at night because of all that there, because I don't want my head to get sunburned because I'm susceptible to skin cancer. So we will wear this at night or in here when I'm doing my live stream. But I really like the looks of it, so I had to buy it. It was just that simple to me. I had to buy it. And I will wear different types of hats in the Philippines and ball caps. I won't wear a ball cap probably in the Philippines. If I do, it'll probably be my Navy hat, but it's kind of heavy and will induce sweating. a lot more than some of the other hats I have. So I'll probably wear them. Uh, it's just like I'm wearing shorts now. Uh, I'll still wear shorts in the Philippines, but I'll also have they got a cargo pants that they're long legged, but you can unzip around your knee. You can unzip it and turn them into shorts. So if I'm going to be out in the sun a lot, I'll wear those, and then I can take the long part off and make them into shorts uh, to keep my legs from getting sunburned because they don't see a lot of sun. And like I said, I am susceptible to skin cancer, so I want to make sure I limit uh, too much exposure to my skin because the more it gets burnt, the better chance I have of getting in trouble. That's why I wear long sleeve shirts like this. Uh, this is a uh, uh, all right, Melanie, but this shirt here is a like wearing sunscreen. Uh, Instead of being SPF 50, it's like UPF 50 or something like that. It just means the material blocks as much sun as a sunscreen of 50, uh, power of 50. So it's like putting on sunscreen of SPF 50. Uh, I have more than just these t-shirts. I got some not dress shirts, but regular shirts with collars that are also the same type of skin blocking, sun blocking shirts. It's a little different material, but does the same thing. It's like putting on SPF 50. Those will be the only kind of shirts I'll take to the Philippines. They'll all be long sleeve. I have some gloves that I use when I'm driving my car that are sun blocking gloves. I'll wear those a lot, probably in the Philippines, if I'm driving a motorcycle, if I'm riding a motorcycle, because I'd want to protect my hands from too much sun. Because I don't know if you can see those spots there; those are all precancerous. Uh, I have to get them treated. So, like I said, it runs in my family. My dad had skin cancer, and my younger brother had skin cancer. Now, my older brother and my sisters take up after my mother a little more, who's darker complected. Her mother was Native American. She was, my understanding, half Native. She was raised on the reservation down in the Philippine, West Virginia area. But my dad was really light complected like myself and my younger brother. My older brother was a little darker complected, but who knows, he might have got it too. But he died at 37, so you never know. Um, so yeah, like I said, it just I'm going to move to the Philippines right now. My first stop will be Cebu City, and I will make my decision of where I want to stay later. It may still be Cebu. The things I want to look at are cost of living. My budget will be a lot more limited than some others. I'm not going to name people, but my will be a lot smaller budget than many expats. It won't be as small as some, but it'll be a lot smaller than many of them. There's probably quite a few that's close to my budget. Uh, but like I said, I gotta have a small budget, especially at first, and I can always increase it if I need to. But because I'm not planning on spending all I got coming in, because I want to save money. I want to have money back for emergencies and things like that. But we will continue to save money. I'd like to find a place where everything included, and I'm talking about electric, I'm talking about gas, I'm talking about water, trash, rent, uh, condo fees, or whatever, if I'm renting a condo, I want everything included, internet, the whole thing, for less than what I'm paying for my apartment. I can find that, I know that, but the cheaper I get that, the lower I get that, the better off I am. Can I find a place I like in the Philippines for what I'm wanting to spend? I don't know, because I don't want to be near this what I'm spending here. Because be honest with you, if I retired here, I would go through my savings and nothing flat. My apartment, I could pay, but I'd have almost no money left after I pay all the electric bill. The electric bill is the only utility bill I got. But pay my electric bill, pay for my cable, pay for my internet, pay my car payment would almost, on top of all that, would almost kill me. And after groceries, I'd be broke. Just that simple. I'd be broke. So we can't do that here. I'd have to go. If I stayed in the States, I'd have to go to a different state. I cannot live here. So being I got to move anyway, when I retire, I thought, let's go somewhere where it's warm all year round. Now I could go down to Florida if I could find a place that I can afford, because they have no taxes on your Social Security, which is all I'm going to have coming in. So my money would go a little farther, but I'd still be pushing it to have any fun at all after I pay all my bills. Because you take it coming up pretty soon, I'm going to have real brakes done on my car. That's going to cost me a few $100s. I'm going to have to, there's just things I got to do that's going to cost money. And so if I live somewhere where I didn't have to have a car, I could get by easier, because that would save me on average maybe $600 a month when you include the car payment, your insurance, your gas, and your upkeep. Minimum $600 a month it would save me. So like I said, that would kill me along with my rent. If I lived here, I do those two things. I buy my groceries and I'm broke. Because I got to pay taxes as well. So I'm just not conducive to stay here. And if I got to move, why not go somewhere fun? Somewhere where my money will go farther. Somewhere where I know I can enjoy my life better. And that sounds like the Philippines to me. And that's why I'm making plans to go next year. I won't have the money that I really would like to have. But, I'll have more money. I'll be better off there than here. I will be able to travel some over there. I would not be able to do it here. Or at least I'd be able to travel more over there. I mean, there's probably some areas I don't know if I'd want to live in them, but there's some areas I can live in a lot cheaper than here. Just not sure I would want to live there, and then still be able to travel some. But like I said, I want a better life. I think the Philippines offers me that, and we'll see. I mean, I may get over there and never want to leave, and I may get over there after a few months saying, I can't take the heat, I can't take this. Now, when I was a younger man, I enjoyed it over there a lot, but I'm an older guy now. But we're going to go over there and stick it out for a few months, because the first month or two, I know I'm going to love it. The first month or two, I'm going to love it. I'm going to be retired, relaxed, enjoying myself. Even if I don't go anywhere, but just around the city of Cebu itself, I'm going to enjoy it. That first month or two, I really won't have to travel outside the city of Cebu to have fun. I'm going to enjoy that immensely. But after that first month or two, do I like Cebu? Or because let's be honest about it, each city is different. I don't care what anybody says. It's just like here in the States. Buffalo's different than Rochester. Rochester is different than Albany. They're all different than Indianapolis or my hometown of Terre Haute. I mean, they all have some things in common, but they're still different. The people are different. Uh, so you know, I'll travel around some. Uh, Even if I decide to stay in Cebu, I'm going to try to travel around some just to how shall I say this? Just to uh, see different places. See some of the places that I've checked out on the internet. Like I said, I've checked out Iloilo. I'd love to see it, even if I don't want to move there. I want to see it. Uh, Same thing with Davao City. I'd like to see the place, and I do know, like I said, Danny from Road to the Philippines doesn't live too far from there. I think an hour or two. Uh, Jamie, off the cuff adventures with Jamie, he's not too far from. He's a little farther out than Danny, but not a whole lot farther. So there's two people I know through the internet that I'd like to see. So, like I said, there's Davao. Like I said, I mean, not Dumaguete. I really want to see Dumaguete and Valencia and Del Norte. I want to go to that Sunday market in Valencia. I've seen so many videos on that. I'd really love to visit. So that'll probably be one of the first places I go to, either there or bye-bye to see Dan and Mad Minnie. Those are a couple places that I'll go to first. Even if I'm deciding I want to find another place to live, I'll check those places out. Like I said, it may be more like Ormac or one of the other cities not too far from Dan. I don't because Leah, how you doing? Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. But like I said, though, those are places I do want to search out and find out more about. Whether I want to move out of Cebu or not, I still want to see those places. Just like I want to go up to Manila area, and I want to see the World War II cemetery of the Americans, and I think they're Filipinos as well, from the Battle of Manila. That cemetery, I really want to go up and see it. I want to see the Venice Grand Canal Mall. I want to see that place. So there's some things I want to see in different areas that when I have the time and the money, I'll go check them out. I may only go for a couple of days or I may go for a couple of weeks. I have to see what my budget will let me do. So that's what's going to take time to figure out. How much can I go or how often can I go? I can go as often as I can afford it, but is that once a month? Once every other month? Every week? Well, every week on day trips I could probably do. But I'd like to be able to do some bigger travel and how much time I have to do it and how much money. That'll depend on my living expenses. That's why I like to find places that meets my needs as cheaply as I can. I want a place that's fully furnished, especially at first until I decide I want to stay in a certain area. Then I might look for a place that's not. But my plan is to live in a place fully furnished. And if it's not furnished to my satisfaction, then I can buy some stuff. But Dan knows one of the places I want to stay at in Cebu. I'll try to, before I'm ready to go, I'll get the information from Dan and try to set that up before I go over to have a place set aside for me, or at least get a hold of the somebody that can help me over there that Dan went through from Leonard Lund set up. So we'll get something done. But like I said, that some of that's got to wait until I know when I'm going. Because you don't want to call them now and say, well, I don't know when I'm going to be there. Well, how much do they really want to help you if they don't know when you're coming? If you tell me, hey, I'm going to be there in 2 months, this is what I'm looking for, this price range, they can help you out and let you know. And, or I'm going to be there in a month, That's the day I'm planning on arriving. But until, like I said, I really can't do some of those things until then. I know that. And so, we're just playing it by ear. Like I said, I found out what I got to do to get my nephew to in on my Bank of America account. Now it's up to him how much he wants to be in on it. Because we can do the power of attorney without going to the bank at all. But I'd like to put him on my bank as uh, an apartment or a partner on the bank account. So if anything happens to me, he can pull the money out and distribute to the family. Uh, but that'll take a little more work unless they got one down where he's at, because we both have to be in there at the same time to get that set up. And I'm willing to travel to Florida to do it if he wants me to go down if there's a Bank of America. But his mom lives in Batavia, and there's a Bank of America in Batavia, which is only about 4 hours or so from where I live. So maybe we'll do that. But like I said, until we know more, I want to find out a little more information. I want to check on the credit union, the military credit unions, and see how much of a hassle it would be to set him up as a partner on that one as well. Because the money will be transferred, some from the Bank of America to the credit union, because all the money is going to be going into it except for what I put into the credit union before I go. And I'll transfer money as I need it. But the credit unions would be easier, I think, to deal with in the Philippines than the bank, although I can use my credit card without problems in the bank. In the Philippines from the bank. I checked on that already. That's why I got a credit card from them. So we're working on that. And yes, Melanie, yes, Des, yes, Leah, Elvie, anybody else that's in here. Yes, I moved to the Philippines. Whether it's permanent or not, it will depend on Chelsea. How you doing? Thank you for coming. And all right, Chelsea. Another thing, with me, unless you're advertising just a regular video, if you want to advertise your channel, all you ever got to do is put in 3 L's. But you can do it on your own if you want. I make it easier for everybody. I don't know how easy it is to put that in there, but your channel link will be dropped by my Nightbot just by putting in 3 L's. They don't have to be capital like they are on the screen. They can be small L's. But like I was saying, so right now, I haven't decided whether it's going to be the middle of April or May or June. I doubt it would be the middle of July. It's getting pretty hot around here. If I got to be hot, I might as well be in the Philippines. And I want to beat the Philippines before the rainy season. So we'll probably do it. If I have to guess, I'm going to say, oh, God, I don't want to do that. I don't know if I want to extend it on. I was going to say the middle of May, but I don't know if I want to extend. That's something I'm really kicking around. A lot of that's going to depend on money as well. The more money I have, the better off I will be. So I may have to work just to build up more money, depending on how much everything costs me. But like I said, I'm ready to go. If I could, I'd go right now. If I could do it, I'd go right now. I got, like I said, my lease is through March. I have to pay my lease. That would wipe out a good chunk of my change. And then getting rid of all this stuff would take me a while. So, yeah, we're working on it. We'll get it done. We'll get over there. One time I was thinking about just giving everything away, but I'll see what I can get by selling it. Just add a little more cushion to my funds. Just like when I'll sell my car before I go, it'll give me a little more money. That's why I decided to have it repaired. If I haven't repaired, I'll get more money than I would if I didn't have it repaired. If it was paid off, I'd even get more, but I don't think it'll be quite paid off by that time. So, like I said, we'll just get rid of everything we can, get as much money out of it as we can. which will add to my money to, to have it for emergencies and to set myself up. So that's where I'm at. I'm still looking to get there. I know it's going to be tough. I'll be able to do it, but we'll get her done. It'll be fun, I think. So anyway, oh man, what the heck happened here? Part of my setup fell over the back. I just had to reset it. That's good. That's fine. But so yeah, we're just trying to have fun. Until then, I could, if I wanted to be cheap and stingy, I could put more money back than what I'm putting back. I could never order. I could never order food out. But I don't mind cooking once in a while. But when I'm working 12 hours or 10 hours, I'm gone for 11. I don't always want to come home and cook. So a lot of times after work, I'll buy something to eat instead of cooking. So that would save me money if I quit doing that. And then if I quit sponsoring people, that would save me money. But that's my enjoyment. That's my entertainment. Hopefully I'll be able to still do that when I move to the Philippines. Like I said, I happen to be in a lot better shape because I'm working. And I got my Social Security and my job, the paycheck from work, that keep me going and let me save money and still do these things. If I was in this situation 10 years ago, I would still do the same thing. I wouldn't have took my Social Security 10 years ago. Kind of wish I waited till I was 70. It would be a lot better off for me, but I got in a financial bind. I had to do it when I did it. Well, if I'd have known what the future held, I could have waited another year. Because I ended up working a lot of hours during the worldwide, the worldwide catastrophe or worldwide trouble that we had that almost shut down the whole world. A lot of people didn't work. Well, I worked almost 20 to 32 hours a week, over by 40. I worked anywhere. I probably averaged somewhere close to 68 to 72 hours a week for that year. So I was making a lot of overtime, putting a lot. And like I said, if I'd known that was going to happen, I would have waited at least a year, because that would have helped me out a lot on the money I was making. And that also would have increased, not a lot, but it would have increased my Social Security by a little bit more by waiting that year. And I could afford it once that happened. I couldn't before it. That's why I had to do it when I did it. I didn't know that was coming, and I was getting myself in financial trouble because I didn't have them. I was running short of money. And so we did it. And I can't regret it because it got me to where I was completely out of debt and I was able to start saving money. So that's a good thing. That helped me set myself up for what we're going to be doing here in the very near future. It's just not as close as I'd like it. Like I said, if I could do it, I'd do it now. I'm so tired of working. So anyway, I see we got very few people here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. We've been going about an hour and a half. I want to thank you all for coming. Remember now, be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, as always, try to have fun. Peace. Let me do this here real quick. Peace, everybody. Take care and have fun.